How's it going here, everybody? I guess I should probably apologize for no uploads at all last week. Yeah. Combined with both my obsession with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and my obsession with trying to finish the test of time, which I'm still not done with yet, because at this point I've just gotten to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I will finish this eventually. It'll get up hopefully within the month. I don't even know at this point. It's like I'm just being lazy, I guess, right now when it comes to finishing off. But because of my laziness in that regard, it also caused me to be lazy about finishing up Portrait of Ruin. But what I'm hopefully going to do this week to compensate is actually going to go double doses on Portrait of Ruin, because I really want to get this LP over and done with. I'm getting kind of bored of doing it. I mean, I'm at the point now where it's like I'm at like my favorite parts of the game, and I'm getting pretty close to the ending, which is solid. But I'm getting bored of it. It's quickly becoming probably one of my least favorite LPs of all time at the moment. Probably even more than Fire Red. Thankfully, though, it's like only going to be... So where am I right now? Like, am I at part 20? I don't even know what part I'm at right now. That's how long it's been since I've last worked on a video. I think it's like part 20. But I'm at like part 34 or something along those lines. So yeah, just look out for that. And yeah, but in any case, enough rambling out of me. I guess you probably just want to see what's going on today, which is a battle against this guy I found on the PO server on... No, not PO server. Pokemon Showdown. I found it on Pokemon Showdown, that's right. And his name is Gabe's friend. I'm just going to get the team preview up and going right about now. And, yeah, so, pretty much, it's just a UU battle here. I'm running that one team that I really like that involves a Scar Benacham, Nasty Block Kiss, Homeclaws Durant, Bulky Pert, Bulky Roserade, and Scarf's Rotom Heat. Just standard, like my standard sets. You guys are probably familiar with the team by this point. But looking at his team right now, main threats I'm looking at, mostly lie within the Blastoise, the Amoonguss, and potentially the Honchkrow, because, let's see here, first of all, if the Honchkrow manages to get set up with a Moxie Boost, I might kind of get thrown in a pickle, and if I do manage to lose Pert and I can't roll it away, it could probably wreck through with all of my team, so I gotta watch out for that. Victini, I can handle really easy with Pert. I think it just take it like a champ. Blastoise, I'm more so worried about it blowing away my hazards than anything else, because I really want to get my hazard set up with this team. I know, for those of you who aren't familiar, it's like I want to be able to get as many Large Spikes set up with Roserade, and I want to get Stealth Rock set up with Pert, because I lack a spin blocker. I need to make sure that Blastoise is out of the way before it has a chance to spin. Cobalion, it's a kind of an issue, but I do have things of managing check it, namely that name is Pert, and I guess to an extent Togekiss, and I can try and revenge kill with Rotom Heat, just as long as it's not a Calm Minding set. Flygon, again, I can take with a couple guys. I'm not really that afraid of it. And Amoonguss is probably going to be the biggest issue on my team, because really, the only things I really have that can really hit it hard are Medicham and Togekiss, and well, I guess to an extent Durant as well, thanks to just Hustle and Home Claws and just massive attack. But I'm gonna have to worry about that, because it's probably packing the dual status set, which I forgot it generally runs in this game, so I gotta make sure I don't get all my sweepers on my team paralyzed, and I gotta make sure I know what I want for Sleep Sacrifice once this thing comes in, so that's gonna be a pain in the butt to deal with. But other than that, though, nothing really scares me, as I just said. And, yeah, so I guess that's enough rambling out of me, so without further ado, I will just jump ahead now and crossfade to the battle. So, yeah, peace! Alright, so I'm going to lead off with my Rotom Heat right now as he leads off with his Honchkrow. I'm just going to go for the Overheat, expecting him to bring in his Flygon and the expected Volt Switch. However, he just ends up bringing in his Blastoise right there, and because I know for a fact I can't really do anything else to it, just because I'm down at -2, I'm just going to switch out now, bring the Roserade, expecting probably a Scald of some sort, and now knowing next turn that I'll probably want to switch out and bring in something to take the Giga Drain, because he doesn't really want that thing getting nailed by super effective damage. I'm just going to go for the Spikes this turn, and next turn I'm actually going to go for another Lair right there as he brings in his Amoonguss, and I know he's just going to let Spore, so I'll just do that opportunity. And now, because thanks to Natural Cure, I am going to be free of my sleep, so I'm just going to switch out now, bring in my Medicham to deal some damage. However, I completely forget that this thing does pack Stun Spore, which is just going to bite me square in the butt, so now I'm just going to go for the High Jump Kick on an expected switch on anything, but I miss, and I lose 50% of my health, which does blow, and I would really like to have that Honchkrow out of the way, but what can you do when you live in the shoe and you ain't got no soul? Anyway, I'm just going to switch out now, bring in my Rotom Heat now on his Honchkrow as he just goes for another sub. I thought he might have just wanted to go for a Sucker Punch on my Medicham to take it out, but I guess I was wrong. In any case, though, going to Volt Switch now on Honchkrow, switch out, bring in my Swampert here, knowing that I can take at least a couple physical hits from this thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks this turn, just get some more entry hazards up. I know for a fact that I can take any hit this Honchkrow decides to go for, so I just end up trying to go for the Roost here, and I roost him straight out, roar him straight into his Flygon, and I was going to go for the Outrage this turn. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam and get the critical hit. Now, whether or not this crit mattered is really just... I don't know, because in all honesty, in the long run, it really didn't matter, because all I would have done is taken more damage from that outrage, and really, later on in the match, you'll notice that I really don't take any more damage with that in the game, so yeah. Anyways, though, I'm going to bring in my meta champ here, take the expected Giga Drain from the Amoonguss. I'm going to go for the high jump kick here, just try and hit something hard and try deal some damage in that regard. I really didn't want to, I thought he might have wanted to switch into Honchkrow and take the expected Psycho Cut, but unfortunately such was not the case, and I managed to lose my meta champ in the process. Now, this turn, I'm going to go for the trick as I bring in my Rotom Heat now here, now on the switch. Now, the reason I went for the trick is because I don't want this thing just tossing around spores and stun spores and all that nonsense right there. So I'm just going to go for and try to cut my losses, get the Black Sludge. I'm gonna die next turn, so I just decided to go for the Overheat just to get a hard hit on something which does happen to use Blastoise. Thankfully, that guarantees me the opportunity to easily bring in my Roserade here, scare out the potential Giga Drain, because I didn't want to like risk him spinning the moves away. I just go for the Giga Drain right here as a Cavalion. And now this turn, I believe I switch out and bring in my Pert on the expected Swords Dance, but he actually ends up going for the T-Waves, and because Pert being part ground type, I can take that T-Wave like an absolute champ. So that's pretty awesome, I must say so. But now what I'm going to do this turn, I'm just going to go for a straight up Earthquake right here, do solid damage whenever it decides to come in bar Honchkrow, which does happen to be his Amoonguss though, and because I don't want this thing taking Giga Drains all day and night, I'm just going to switch out and bring in my Roserade, see what exactly he wants to go for, which does happen to be a Spore, and because he is locked into Spore, and because Sleep Cause will be enacted if he does stand again, that easily grants me the opportunity to switch out. Now bring in my Togekiss, he's going to double switch now to his Blastoise, I'm going to easily annihilate that thing with an Air Slash, and now I don't have to worry at all about my Henry Hazards blowing away, and that's going to give me a huge upper hand in the match. But now then, in comes Cavalion here. He goes for the Calm Mind, which is something I was not expecting, really, because I was surprised that this thing was packing Calm Mind, because I really don't see that nowadays. It's more so you just see the bulky variant with like Stealth Rock and T-Wave, or you see the Swords Dance set or something along those lines, but whatever. In any case though, now as I kill off that Cavalion right there, I'm just going to bring in my Roserade here to take the V-Create from the Victini, because I realize at this point that really Roserade's not going to be too useful throughout the remainder of the match. I mean, I would have liked to have another layer of Spike set up, but you know, that's just life, I guess. I need something to sack, and I'd rather have Roserade dead than anything else, so now that Amoonguss comes in, as he just tries to switch out, now I roar him away. Another turn, this time around, I'm just going to start doing some roar phasing shenanigans right here. And he kind of sees through the strategy, so I think what he's trying to do here is trying to bait me into going for the roar and hopefully get the Amoonguss out there, which actually does happen this turn, which does suck in my favor, so now I'm going to have to switch out now, bring in my Togekiss right here. Now, what he should have done here instead was go for the Spore instead of going for the straight-up Giga Drain. I guess he just wanted to try and get damage, but he probably should have thought that I would have gone straight into Togekiss and just taken the Giga Drain like a champ, but whatever. In any case, though, he's going to switch into his Victini, try and get some damage down on my Togekiss, but thanks to Entry Hazards and Air Slash, I'm easily going to obliterate that thing, and that thing's just going to be dead. So all I have to worry about now is this Honchkrow and the Amoonguss, and because I am going to just flinch him next turn with the Air Slash, that's pretty snazzy. He's going to go for the Sucker Punch and do a lot of damage, but not kill me off. And next turn, I'm just going to go for the Oris here, because I don't want to risk the whole missing with Air Slash. So all that's really left for me to deal with now is this Amoonguss right here. So pretty much all I'm going to do now is just try and finish him off with the Air Slash. I do get the flinch this turn, which does suck, but next turn you'll see I do happen to miss, so I guess it kind of makes up, but not really, because in the long run, I mean, this battle was kind of haxy, but in the long run, it's just like, okay, I can bring in my Durant. I know for a fact that if he goes for the Spore, that's fine, because Sleep Cause will be enabled, so all I gotta do is just bring in my Durant and then finish him off with the X-Scissor, and that'll be essentially good game. So yeah, good game, Gabe's friend. That was actually a really fun match. It's been a while since I've actually played Pokemon Showdown. Don't know why I said Pokemon that weird, but yeah, it was a fun match, a little haxy here and there. I liked our game styles too, and I'm glad I'm just glad I get to use this team from time to time. It's like really one of the few U teams nowadays that I really like using. I mean, I know it's kind of outdated because Scrappy and Mienshao. I might end up switching out Mienshao for Medicham instead, and I don't know, I might do some balancing stuff here and there, but for the most part, I really like this team. I've always enjoyed using it in UU. So yeah, but with that, guys, that's essentially it for today's battle and today's video. So if you enjoyed my content and you want to see more of my material, you can always rate, comment, subscribe. And yeah, this is essentially Infinite Trials. You're saying peace out, yo, have a good one, and expect a double dose starting tomorrow. Oh yeah!